Hey, what's up, family? Welcome back to Akanka's 11, and today I'm going to go over a quick candle dressing ritual and explain the benefits of candle dressing, how to candle dress, when to candle dress, and why. So I'll let you know when you do this process. I would say the more detail, the more energy that you put into it is what you can expect to get out of it. Universal law is you reap what you sow. First and foremost, before I start my ritual, I ground my energy, balance my energy into being very intentional about what I'm doing. Anytime that you co-create with the universe, it all starts mental, in your mental first, right? Your intentions, your feelings, your energy. So I set my intention to make this really be effective and to give me the results that I want to see. So after I set my intention and set my mind on what it is that I'm doing, then I pick up my physical objects and go straight to the cleansing process. So I just peel the labels off, which you don't have to do this process, but I do because I like to use my entire candle, and I'll show you how this is so beneficial. Get as much of the residue off as possible, and then I take this candle to the sink. Let's get our candle all nice and washed up. Clean it off, clean off any of the sticky residue that was left from the label. It comes off really easy when you put it under the water for soap. And just setting the intent to release all negative energy. Cleanse your candle, because you don't know who's touched this candle. You don't know whose energy is on it, right? Okay, so the candle's clean. Then the next step is to clean it with sage. I have my sage here. I'm gonna light my sage. Let that catch. Either you say out loud or you think in your mind, I release all negative energy. I release all negative energy from in and around this candle. I release all negative energy in and around this candle. I release all negative energy in and around this candle. And I'm gonna relight my sage because it seems like it didn't catch that well. You want a nice, strong flow of smoke coming out of here. Okay, so I release all negative energy. Make sure you get the top, all the sides, release all negative energy. Just make sure the smoke touches every part of the candle. And there's no set time frame to do this process. You do it until you feel in your spirit that you're good, Do it. If you feel like you got to go back and do it again, do it again. So anyway, so this one is clean. This one is cleared of all negative energy based on the actions and the effort and the energy that we put into that process. So our candle is ready. Now, the next step would be, I like to write my commands, my declarations, decrees onto the candle with a permanent marker. Sharpies are really good because they dry quick, or you can use acrylic paint markers. These markers are good too. They just take maybe a minute or two to dry. This is my specially made oil. I call it my holy oil. And in it you have herbs that are really powerful for doing rituals, that help to increase the power of your ritual. Everything that you add to this candle is energy that you are helping to put behind the flame. Once you light this flame, all the energy, the tender love and care that you put into dressing this candle is all energy that's going to co-create with the Most High Source Creator's energy. Right here, I have some glitter. I have some little rhinestones. You can decorate your candle with glitter and rhinestones. You can draw little pictures or little hearts or stars or whatever you want to draw with your markers. I use black salt. Black salt banishes negative energy. So if you're dressing a candle to get rid of any negative energy in and around your home, you would definitely want to use black salt. I have a blend of herbs that I got from my local metaphysical store, where I buy crystals and incense and all of that stuff. And this herbal blend is called Peace and Harmony. It's basically a tea blend, but it has all of the herbs that you would need and want to dress your candle with, okay? So I have roses in here. I have lavender, chamomile. If I was, trying to manifest more peace, harmony, and balance, then I would use these herbs. Now, going back again to accompany the black salt, I also have sage, right? Blended up sage. So, sage is a cleanser. We are cleanser. We already use sage to cleanse our candle, right? But if you want to use sage to empower all the declarations, decrees, and commands that you're going to write out on your jar, you can just dig in, dip into your sage leaves and sprinkle some sage onto your candle. I have inside of this little bag of rhinestones, a little bag of glitter. A little bag of gold glitter. And I sprinkle that into my candle as like magical dust, as like magical energy to give it power. That gold magic like mimics for me, kind of mimics the power and force of the sun. Just those gold bits and particles gives it that extra energy. I have a bag of hyssop, so I sprinkle my little hyssop leaf. Depending on what it is that I'm trying to manifest, I usually drop three or 4 drops. 3 drops if I want to apply this to my mental, physical, spiritual energies, and then 4 drops if I want to apply it to my mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional energies. These drops cover me in my 3D to 4D energies. Okay. Now that the candle has been cleansed, now what I would do is to go ahead and just start writing what it is that I want to manifest. I think a good manifestation that we all like to request from the universe is financial wealth. So I'm gonna go ahead and do financial wealth because that's one that we can all kind of align with and come into agreement with. So typically what I do is I co-create. I just write on the candle. I co-create with my Most High. You can co-create with the Most High. You can co-create with the universe, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your orishas. I would say the more energies that you co-create with, the better, the more powerful that your candle will be. Okay, so I've written out all my declarations, affirmations, and commands on my candle. So the next thing that I do is I go back and I read it aloud. That way the spoken word can permeate into the atmosphere and co-create with the source energy, God energy around. So I wrote, I co-create with my main source creator, mother, father's energy, my ancestors, spirit guides, orishas, ascended masters, to declare, decree, and command that I destroy all stagnation and blockages to every area of my finances. And I now receive a massive windfall of financial wealth and abundance so that I can have the freedom to travel, help others, and be of service while living in luxury, opulence, and receiving love, support, and VIP treatment. I declare it is so, in spirit and in flesh, effective immediately, without fail, in every realm, timeline, dimension, and reality, in and across all space and time. It is so, Ashe. Okay? So your affirmation, write whatever affirmation, declaration, command that you want to program into your candle, okay? That's the energy. Give it, put your energy into it. A lot of times I will spit into my candle. Yes, I do. I'll do that now. Spit into, that's my essence. That's my essence. I am co-creating with the natural mystic energy, okay? So now I put my 4 drops because I like to tie this to my mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional energy, okay? I like to charge it with those. So let me shake it up so I can get some of this glitter. And again, this is my specially crafted and designed holy oil. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 drops of oil. So I don't know if you can see that, but I put in my 4 drops of oil. I'm going to put in some black salt to banish any negative energy away from my manifestation, to banish away any of the blockages, banish away any stagnation, any low vibrational energies. I'll probably put in some sage to clear and cleanse the path for my finances to come in. A little bit of sage. I'll put in a little hyssop as well. Hyssop is so cleansing. Little hyssop. And don't go too crazy and extra with your herbs, okay? Because you want this to be a safe experience. Put in a little peace and harmony. Wow, that can't hurt any. That can't hurt. Put in a peace and harmony herbs as well. Okay. So I got my herbs. Charge it up in my candle. Get my little gold dust. Sprinkle my gold dust in. I don't need a lot. Sprinkle my gold dust. And that's it. My candle is dressed. See that? And I try to keep the herbs away from the wick, like more towards the outside of the wick. That way they don't burn up in once the flame is lit. And you can say something or not. You've already read your affirmations, but I like to say, I charge this candle, light this flame, to charge this candle with the energy to co-create with the main source creator, Mother, Father's energy, and to bring into my 3D physical manifestation all the affirmations that were written and charged within. So we're all dressed and ready to go. So what I like to do is to set my candle inside a pyro dish with water, just as like an extra precautionary measure. And water is another element of the earth that can charge the energy of this candle. But once I light my candle, I don't turn it out. I just let it burn. More often than not, I'll burn a 7-day candle because they burn the longest. Again, the benefits of this is that you're co-creating with the energy that's around you, the God energy, the source energy around you, to create, to bring order and harmony, or to destroy whatever it is, whatever area in your life that needs some input, some influence by you, because you are the creator of your reality. So this is just one way, okay? Like I said, there's several different ways to do this. It doesn't have to be done this way, but this is just one way that you use your energy to orchestrate and manage your life, okay? Manage your reality. The best times to do these is really any time is fine, but I think these are really good to do during the full moon, because when the full moon is out, it's a release. That's the best time to release things. Say you want to destroy some or release some toxic, low vibrational energies. You always want to be in a process of releasing low vibrational energy that could impede or block the inflow of new blessings or new manifestations. Also, the new moon is a good time to work with your dressing candles so that you can bring in new things. If you want to bring in new finances, new love, new relationships, connections, new job, new anything, is a good time to co-create with the new moon. But lastly, I do want to, help everyone to manage their expectations in regards to the time frame that you should expect to see these affirmations that you've programmed to manifest in your physical reality. And for that, I do want to say that Source is not a microwave. You are putting this energy out in the universe with the understanding that all manifestations that come in to the physical realm are based on divine timing, are based on source's divine timing. Say for instance, if you want, you dress your candle or you do some other ritual to manifest a relationship, a new relationship in your life, right? But all the previous relationships that you've been in have failed, have been, unsuccessful due to some kind of issue that you may have, that you may not even know that you have. Say you overgive, or you see red flags and you ignore red flags and you allow people to walk all over you and treat you like dirt. You think the universe is going to bless you with a new relationship without working out those issues first so that you still see the same things happening? So that's why when you do these the full moon release rituals, it's good to look at those things in your life, peel back. That's why it's so good to know yourself, because you peel back the layers and get an understanding about what challenges that you had that stand in the way of your successes. Once you've identified those challenges, you can co-create with the universe to fix them, right? That way you can clear the path for the good stuff to come in. Another example would be, okay, say we did this money manifestation ritual, right? This candle dressing money manifestation ritual, and we're asking for more money. But in the past, we've had money and we've been selfish. When people come to us and ask for, for help, we had it and didn't help. Or, we pass people on the street and don't give out anything. We just stingy and hold everything for ourselves. You think, I don't ever ask, me personally, I don't ask anything of the universe that I'm not going to share with everybody to help the whole. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all connected, and if you in need and I have it, bro, I want to see you win. Like, that's just human nature from my perspective. Maybe I'm a little different, but yeah, if you asking for money, blessings, and you're never a blessing to anybody else, then that may be a little issue that you got to work out within yourself, before the universe will bless you. So everything's in divine timing. Some things may happen, poof, may manifest just like that, in a blink of an eye. Some things may take time, but the situation is you've put the energy out there versus not ever doing anything. You know what I mean? That's the benefit. You put the energy out there. You have actively co-created you've used your God energy to co-create with the God energy, the main source God energy. All right, family. So that's my little ritual tutorial on how to dress a candle. As always, I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your donations of comments, likes, subscribes, and sharing these videos. Always and forever, love and bless. Mwah.